Where's my plug? Where's the thing? There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right, I already hit record. Hey guys, it's me, and today we are doing another nighttime recording. Yes, because I want to try to, ooh, my wrist just popped. Yeah, we're doing another nighttime recording today because I am actually wanting to get this reaction video out tomorrow, and that is partially because of the fact that, for one, I want to get this video out tomorrow because I haven't posted a video on here in, I think, maybe like a week or two and everything. So, which I have a video going up on my beauty, fashion, lifestyle channel the same day that this video goes up, which will talk about what's been going on in my life lately and everything. So if you want more info about what's happening and why I've been very inconsistent lately, go check out that video. I've just been very busy with work, especially because we had a big sale just happen at work, and yesterday was the last day for it. And today I've spent all of today just resting, recuperating, recovering, and running a couple of errands. And it is 8 o'clock, and I figured, hey, let's go ahead and film this reaction video because I want to film my Eurovision first impressions video tomorrow. Today we are here with a reaction video that I'm super excited about doing today. We are going to be checking out the latest single and music video from one of my favorite bands, Oceans of Slumber. And no, I am not just saying that they're one of my favorites because I am friends with Cammy and Dauber. No, that is not the case. I'm not just saying it to blow smoke up their asses and everything. Like, no, I genuinely love this band. This has been a band that I've been obsessed with since 2016 when I discovered them through their song Winter, and I have just been absolutely in love with this band ever since then. Me becoming friends with Cammy and Dauber at a wild string of events is definitely not something that was ever on a bingo card for me, but it just happened. That being said, though, I have been a very bad fan this past year because I haven't really spoken to them and everything because I really struggled with my mental health last year. So yeah, so guys, if you're watching this, sorry. A bitch was going through it, but we're doing better now. We're doing a lot better now. We're leveling up in life and everything. Like, I'm full-time at work now. Things are getting better. I'm becoming more financially stable and whatnot, and we're leveling up. We're getting better. In other words, my DMs are open, even though I know you guys are like really busy. Like, they have a tour coming up with Lacuna Coil coming up like very soon. I think it's like, is it next month or is it this month? It's coming up soon, but they have a tour with Lacuna Coil coming up, which I wish that I could go, but the nearest show to me, I think, is in North Carolina, and there's no way that I'm going to be able to request time off to go to that show, especially since I'm requesting time off for 2 events next month, as well as the concert that I'm going to be going to at the end of the month. I'm going to be requesting 5 days off. I don't think that they will allow me to request another 2 days off in a row next month to go to like another show. I highly doubt it, but there's always the next time. I know that they'll come back to Atlanta eventually, so I will see them and hang out with them again then. Enough of me rambling about me and life and everything. Let's talk about this, because this is something I am very excited about. This is for the song Where Gods Fear to Speak, and it is the first single coming off of their upcoming 6th album, which I don't think they have a title for the album listed out here. I don't believe that they do. It's coming out sometime this year. I'm not entirely sure when, because again, I don't have any of the information here in the description box of this video. I can probably possibly find it somewhere else and everything. Like, if I scour across the internet, I might be able to find it, but they probably don't have that information released just yet. But what I do know about this particular album is that it is, again, another shift in sound. I feel like every album of theirs, they have gone with a completely different sound. Like, I really loved Starlight and Ash for that like southern gothic vibe with that doom metal feel to it. Like, I love that album so much. Like, I picked up a vinyl copy of it when I saw them back in 2022 when they performed at the Purgatory stage at the Masquerade in Atlanta, which was the first time that I saw them perform live, and it was such a magical performance. Loved every moment of it. And then I saw them last year when they toured with Moonspell and Elaine, and it was again a magical night. Such an amazing lineup that night and everything. Like, that was wild. And also it completely caught me off guard when Rickard from Elaine recognized me from me doing reaction videos, and that was also a thing that night. So yeah, this particular album, like I mentioned before, is going to be a different genre twist. All I know about this new album is what I've seen from Cammy and Dauber, like giving like little, like, not necessarily like sneak peeks, but like written teasers about the album, especially Dauber giving written teasers about this album. This is going to be a very progressive, but also very intense and angry album. And that has me very intrigued and very curious, because I know that Dauber has been working with his other band Necrofire a lot. I'm curious if that project is possibly influencing the sound on this album, or if they're once again showing to us that they are a versatile band that is capable of doing a whole lot of different things with their sound. Because with hearing that this is going to be an angry album, when I've always have known Oceans of Slumber to be like this more like progressive gothic doom metal band, I'm curious as to what an angry version of this is going to be. I'm really curious about it. I'm gonna go ahead and stop rambling because I've been recording now for almost 12 minutes. Granted, like I think like the first maybe 3 minutes were me getting this video set up and everything and struggling to hook my headphones into my freaking laptop. So we're gonna go ahead and dive on into this, but before we do so, if you guys are new here to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, and also while you're down there, definitely give this video a thumbs up because that'll help me out a lot. All my links are down in the description box below, which are the links to my Twitter, Instagram, and my beauty fashion lifestyle channel, so definitely check me out on those places if you are interested. Without further ado, let's get started. I love this mic stand so much. Whoa. Is that Cammy or is that Samir? I have a strong feeling that that's Cammy, and if that's the case, this. Now that I know obviously was her, so yes, I tip my wig. My bad. I was not expecting any of this. Okay, like, I was like, angry oceans of slumber. Alright, so are we looking at like maybe like winter kind of angry, or are we looking at the Banished Heart kind of angry, or the self-titled album kind of angry? Like, what kind of angry are we looking at? No, 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 no. We're looking at a completely different kind of angry. Such a completely different vibe to it, even though it still very much feels like an Oceans of Slumber song. It is still so different. Like, it kind of has that darkness and sinister nature and the sound that this band is capable of creating, which I love it when they get into like that dark, sinister tone and everything that you can hear and saying like, I mourn these yellow leaves, or the decay of disregard, like that sinister tone that they can create with their music. Love that so much. I mean, that was one of my favorite moments when I saw them last year, was when they performed I Mourn These Yellow Leaves. Like, that was such a majestic moment from that night, and I'm so glad that I was able to film it and everything, because it's just like, holy shit. It sounded a lot better in person than it does in the recording that I have, because the bass makes such a bigger impression on you when you're experiencing it live, but still, it was so good. I'm happy that scary Oceans of Slumber is making a comeback. I'm very happy about that. Also, like, if those deep growls were really cammy, again, like I mentioned earlier, good on you, my queen. Absolutely good on you, my queen. I think there might have been like a moment when they were like teasing them in the studio that Cammy was doing some screams in the studio when they were recording this album. Remember, I do my best to avoid spoilers and like behind the scenes stuff when bands that I just absolutely love and enjoy are working on new content and new music and whatnot. Like, I avoid things like the plague. I want to go in with as little knowledge as possible because I don't like to be spoiled. I don't want to get my hopes up and everything by like seeing like all the behind the scenes stuff and different teasers and whatnot. I don't want to see that stuff. I want to go in blind. I want to have a visceral first experience with a song or with a release and everything. So that's why I avoid those things as much as I do. So that's why, like, with me, like, I don't have a lot of information because I'm avoiding information, so that way when I do things like this, not only just for content, for just me in general, I want to take everything in and have a visceral reaction from the get-go. And that's how I've been for years, for many years. The last time that I really kept up with a release, when it was like building up and whatnot and being like written and like getting like prepped and ready to go and about to be released, was Endless Forms Most Beautiful from Nightwish, which I was thoroughly disappointed in. I have since gone back and listened to the album. It's not as bad as I remembered it being the first time that I listened to it, but it's still not as good as they made it out to be when they were doing like all the teasers and that documentary type thing that they did. Love the fact that this band isn't afraid to dabble and toe the lines of black metal, and that is exactly what we are getting with this. Like, it's like edging you there and everything. Like, it is getting close to that point without actually getting there, and I love that. Like, it has that doomy feel to it that the band has always had, but it also has this really prog feel to it too. So it's kind of like how I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the video, how Dauber described it as like very like angry progressive music, and I really am excited to hear more. Like, I need to hear more. I mean, I don't know when we're gonna hear more, but I'm looking forward to it. I love the big sound. I really enjoyed the production. The writing on it is amazing. It's always, I mean, that's something that I've always have loved so much about this band, is just the writing. Now, this music video is really interesting. I really like this music video. I really like this face paint that Cammy has going on. Like, I'm curious as to what it's supposed to represent. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to represent like ropes. Also, I really like the dreads and how like the dreads kind of match the ropes that they use on her for the suspension, which, by the way, I really want to try suspension, like this kind of suspension. I used to be really curious about trying like the hooks in your skin suspension back in the day. I used to be really curious about doing that, but then my anxiety attached itself to that, and now I'm scared that if I were to do that, that my skin's just gonna rip off, even though I know that's most likely not gonna be the case. But that is something that my mind has latched onto, and now I'm forever terrified of actually doing that form of suspension. But I really want to do this kind of suspension where you're basically put in bondage robes and suspended this way. I think that would be fun. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And I'm curious about like how Cammy's experience was with this. So girl, if you're watching this, let me know how it was for you. Because I've heard a lot of good things about suspension and about how it makes you feel weightless and whatnot. And I want to be able to experience that for myself. Also, like there was a moment, like I wanted to say something, but I didn't because I was just like, I don't want to be that bitch, do this. But there's like a moment where like Cammy's ass is just out and she's got a great ass. My gay ass appreciates a nice ass whenever I come across one. Gives me flashbacks to when I saw them last year when there was a moment when like Cammy like turned around. I don't know if it was when they were leaving the stage at the end of their set or if it was like in another point in time of the show, but there was like this random guy near me in the crowd who just shouted, "Nice ass!" And I'm just like, straight men. I mean, granted, I'm kind of the same way. Like, I talk about this in the Chit Chat Get Ready With Me that I posted on my beauty channel as of when this video goes up and everything, about how like I've been going to like a clothing optional gay campground in Northeast Georgia called the River's Edge and everything, and I do be staring at the booties when they are out and about and whatnot, because booty is love, booty is life. And so I be staring and everything. I mean, like last time that I went up there, I was at the pool. Didn't get in the pool because the water was still too cold for it. But we were at the pool, like me and my friends were at the pool, and you best believe that we were checking out this one particular dude because he just, oh, girl, a butt you can eat breakfast off of. Honey, that booty is a buffet. I really like this video, like the little storyline that they have going through this video and everything. Like it's just like, I don't know, I like it. It's very simple, but you don't need like anything dramatic or wild and everything for a music video and everything, and I like it. I think that's a cool little video. There's something about this video that I also just really like about it, like the lighting and the coloring. There's something about the saturation in this that I'm really into. Another thing that I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video, which I'm going to mention now because I didn't think about it till the video started playing and everything, they are no longer signed to Century Media Records. They are now signed to Season of Mist, and I'm excited about this new change for them, because Season of Mist, they have a lot of bands that I really enjoy when it comes to the more extreme side of the metal scene, but even some like non-extreme bands, they have some really good releases come out from them over the years. I honestly think that them being signed to them is a much better fit than them being signed to Century Media. I do see how Century Media could have been a label to really get them into a bigger sphere of knowledge, but in terms of like the audience that goes for like releases done by Season of Mist, I think this is gonna suit them so much better. But honestly, I just think them being signed to Season of Mist is going to work out a lot better for them, and I'm just absolutely thrilled for this new change for them, and I'm hoping that it is something that will be very fruitful for them as well. But this, kids, was Where Gods Fear to Speak by Oceans of Slumber. How did you guys feel about it? Clearly, I really enjoyed it and had a whole lot to say. I've been recording now for almost 40 minutes. I'm getting hot and sweaty because I got this big ass softbox in front of me and whatnot, and also there's a big ass window in front of me too, so like outside heat seeping in a bit. So it's just like, we're getting moist. But let me know how you guys felt about this song and video down in the comments below, and also while you're down there, let me know what songs and videos I should react to next, and I'll be sure to get to them as soon as I possibly can. But until I see you guys in my next video, whenever that might be, goodbye.